You might be wondering what we're doing all the way over here. There's two hints in the background: redstone and mobs that run fast. To make progress on the hanging library, we need to do a lot of digging. And to do a lot of digging, we could benefit from a beacon. To get a beacon, we need to kill a wither. And a wither needs wither skeleton skulls. To get wither skeleton skulls, we need to go to a fortress. But I don't want to just wait around for wither skeletons. I want to make a farm. And to make a wither skeleton farm, I need to find a nether fortress in a soul sand valley. And to find a wither fortress in a soul sand valley, I have to explore the nether. Exploring the nether, it takes a long time. But if we had a fast animal, we could traverse the roof of the nether really quickly. Hence, why we're building a horse course. It's totally sensible, I promise. The thinking with this is that we'll have fence gates that open after a short delay once a horse steps on these pressure plates, and at the same time these open, a timer will begin. Once that timer starts, it'll count items, and once we step over these pressure plates at the end, the item count will stop. This means that we'll get an accurate count of every horse's speed. Now, ideally, we're going to have cobwebs for this. But first, we'll do the redstone, because that's what I find much more enjoyable. I do enjoy exploring and gathering resources, but I also really like redstone. We want a delay so that the horse can walk up, and so a good place to put that delay might be here. To open these, we need them 1 block or more away from these pressure plates, so that stepping on the pressure plates so that stepping on the pressure plates doesn't activate them directly. So we're going to want to power them from below. We need torches to activate the fence gates from below, and we can do that like this. We're going to have 2 torches down here, which make them open, and then we need to power these torches. So we're going to use we're going to use target blocks. Target blocks are a special block that has redstone point into it. This means that we can replace these torch blocks with target blocks, and then put 2 lines of redstone on them down here, and the redstone will connect fully. This wouldn't happen if these were terracotta or another kind of block. The redstone would just be a straight line. This is great. Now the last thing we need to do is just have this line here activate the fence gates when to open. Now because we have a delay here, a player can walk up and wait to be speed tested. This is great. Horses are faster than players, so this will definitely be enough delay. Now we need the timer. We want the timer to start counting when this line activates, and stop counting when this line activates. The easiest way to do that is 2 pistons and a redstone block. Something like this. That way, when the start line activates, it'll push this redstone block over, unlocking this hopper, allowing it to fill items into this barrel. Once we cross the finish line, this piston will activate, pushing the redstone block back, locking the hopper, and preventing it from filling the barrel with items, so the timer will stop. Let's test it out. I walk across, and I'm going, and we walked across again. The redstone block is back. I took 15 dirt to cross that distance, which is something like 2 blocks per dirt. That's why we need cobwebs. Cobwebs will give us greater resolution. We'll want cobwebs for greater precision, but for now, this is good enough. We're going to pick which horse to put downstairs in the mineshaft, and it's going to be the slowest one. The diamond armor horse is 7, the gold armor horse is 6, and the no armor horse is 7. We need greater resolution to distinguish between the diamond and the no armor horse, but in either case, the gold one is the fastest, because it took the fewest items to make it across. We're going to take this horse to the underground, and we're going to give it some armor, because the underground is dangerous. I think the way to do this is to get a waterfall going, put the horse on the waterfall, and then drain the waterfall. I think if we make it here, the water will go down more or less where we need it to. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the horse is really eager to be a subterranean horse. How about now? Will the horse sink? Yes, it will. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Okay, not all the way, but that was good enough. Oop. Get in the water, horse. What are you doing? Wrong subterranean, we need to go lower. How healthy are you? You're not so healthy. There you go. Nice and easy. Slow descent. We want to go down. Down horse. Right here. That wasn't so bad. Was it horse? Your hearts might disagree, but that was okay. To the cobwebs. Gotta make this tunnel horse accessible. This first tunnel is horse accessible. There's going to be one more set of stairs we need to improve, but other than that, we're pretty good to go. This is so much faster. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we did this. Stay away from the lava horse. You're not a lava horse. You're a horse. We're really moving through these caves. This is going to be much faster than walking or sprinting, and we don't need to use hunger now. How great is this? Horse and I are exploring the underground. Or, I guess I already know what's here, but we're traversing the underground. Maybe that's more accurate. And there's going to be monsters, so we're going to stay away from the dark areas, and also stay away from the deep dark areas. Talking to you. And there we are, cobwebs. Not much of a jumper. Silk touch is so slow. Oh my goodness. That didn't get anything. Okay. How about shears? Yay! Okay. Glad that regular shears are enough. It's really good to have cobwebs. We're going to get more precise measurements, but we're also going to get a nice detail for smoke or something like particulate. Smokestacks or large-scale candles or something else. That was a pretty successful adventure, wouldn't you say, horse? Back home we go. For most of my life playing Minecraft, caves were never big enough for a horse, let alone this massive. So it's just extra special to me that I get to ride a horse through these caves. It's completely wild. Maybe until we can get Elytra, we'll have a horse race down here. We probably won't use the horses for the deep dark section of the course, though. It would be a shame to have them die. Maybe I should get a splash fire resistance potion, too. Just in case. Thanks, horse. See you again soon. Bye-bye. Now that we're back, let's breed some more, and while they're recovering and growing up, let's test the donkeys. Our final goal is to get an ultimate all-terrain vehicle, and that is a mule. And what we want to do is breed the best horse with the best mule. Where do you think you're going? We've got science to do. Line it up against the wall as much as possible, look straight ahead, and go. Exhilarating, isn't it? 59. Line up and go. This is the mule without chests. This one was 66. And we're off. I mentioned the wool farm last time, and it's so nice to have, just to reiterate. We can quickly try out a checkered flag design without having to worry about where to get the wool. There you go, crossing the finish line. I like it. Alright, so I've got a bit of a solution to how to get everybody splashed, and the answer is minecarts. We infect them, and then put them over there, and we're going to splash them with one potion. I've had some villagers disappear when being infected, which is really disappointing. We're going to try with this one. I really hope he doesn't, because this is a sharpness 5 villager. We're even going to name him, just in case that matters. Sharpness 5, there you go. And we're going to send him off, and we're going to hope that everything turns out alright. So sharpness 5 guy, meet the hand of the free market. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that was the one I cared the most about. Okay, great. Really happy we got that to work. Okay, and now we can cure. So let's bring him around, and then one more time. Well, it looks like we're not on hard, so I'm very glad this guy converted. Because it turns out that if you're not on hard, if you're on other difficulties, villagers just straight up die instead of turning into more zombies. Well, we've made some progress, and I now have the books for my dream sword, basically. I still need unbreaking and mending, but I've got sharpness 5, I've got 8 looting 1 books, which together make a looting 3. Realizing how inefficient that is now. And I have sweeping edge, so this will replace my Bane of Arthropods experience siphon sword as my main sword. A little bit unfortunate about the villagers dying, but we move on. Speaking of moving on, I think it's time to go home. Both because I have books to combine, and because I have horses to breed, and frankly, because a change of pace would be nice. I don't have much else to say on the trip home, so as a Josepher Hills would say, time skip. I need to figure out if I can do that square overlay checkerboard. See you, skeleton bros. Ah, they are too agile. They are too adept. I almost hit the zombified piglin. That would have been bad. Let's go into the portal before they shoot me. Okay, let's go into the portal as they shoot me. Well, I may have gotten a little bit carried away. We have a horse track that's even more complete this time for timing our horses, and it's been used many times. I've also added a bit more redstone, and I realized that we needed to get this packed mud in a more efficient way, so that's what I've been working on. Our hanging library has quickly spiraled into dependency after dependency, but it's been really enjoyable. Let me show you what I've been up to. We'll start over here and work our way backwards. We've got donkeys and horses, and we've been testing each of them for their speed and eventually their jumping. Testing them for their jumping helps us distinguish the horses and donkeys when their speeds are identical, so we decide which one to let live on and continue propagating. This horse has a speed of 39 items between its start and finish. This one also had 39 items. This one had 41 items, because the orange is 1. 42 items, because we index at 0 with pink. You'll notice that these two horses have the same speed, so we need a second factor to tell them apart. So jumping and exploration is the next most important priority for me, because we go exploring a lot. So how do we test that? Well, that's what this dial over here is for, and this set of jumps. We have increasing heights using snow layers, because snow layers let the player place a variated height in 1/8 of a block, or every 2 pixels. So there in the very back we've got just a 1 block jump, then 1 block and 1/8, 1 block and 2/8, all the way to 1 block and 7/8. After that we reset with 2 blocks. We continue 3 blocks, 4 blocks, so on. I got working on the donkeys, and their speeds started converging too. So now we have to be more precise, and decide which ones to keep, using jumps. Donkeys cannot jump. They have tiny jumps, which is what the first row is for. We have a clockwise circle. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be a new color underneath. Here we're using yellow because it's 3 snow blocks, so this one can jump 3 snow blocks and a half. This one can jump 3 snow blocks and 3/8. And over here, these ones can barely jump. So they're at one snow block, and this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. I'm pretty happy with the system. It's a lot more fun to use. To rotate these item frames, because we can just rotate them by right-clicking. And this one is empty, and this one is empty, because these are the old numbers. This horse has to be tested, and this donkey has to be tested. I've been going through a lot of these golden carrots to make this happen. Thankfully, we have a new sponsorship deal. We're trading gold for this 24 karat gold food provided by Tuba Ladies Tavern. And it's great. They're very tasty. So, in return for the gold, I get to eat these carrots, and I sponsor them. I will make sure to flash them in everybody's face and bring them up at every opportunity possible. I'll be like, oops, dropped my carrots, mind passing them over? And they'll notice, oh, that's a clever name. Where'd you get them? I got them at the tavern. You should go check it out. That kind of thing. It's basically profit in a bottle. Now I added a circuit that prevents double counting. Let me show you how it works. To start, we have this comparator out here that's reading out items from the timer barrel. We read out items, and we power this block. This, right away, is a visual indicator. So if I'm at the start of the course, and I take a quick look, I'm like, aha, the timer is not at 0. We need to make sure it's at 0. Let's go reset that. But in case I don't notice it, there's an additional safeguard now. Down here, we've got a line of redstone that extends all the way from this lamp, and goes down to about here, I think. Nice. This is a piston that will only push up when the barrel is empty. So when this comparator and this lamp are off, and the barrel is empty, that piston pushes up, because this torch negates that pulse, negates the sign of the current, I guess. So it goes from a 1 to a 0, from on to off. Now that the barrel is empty, the piston will be raised, which will allow the signal from this repeater to continue onto the rest of the circuit. Now we will be able to activate the timing circuit. Watch this. Active. Nice. and now it goes down immediately, because the barrel started receiving items. So it's this really nice safeguard in place that I'm pretty proud of. It's not in a complicated circuit, but it solves a real problem, and I'm really pleased with that. Speaking of real problems, decoration is always an issue. I'm really trying this time to make builds beautiful, make areas that I'm around really pretty. And so that's why we've gone through this extra effort to do the labeling and the stables, and even the jumps have the terracotta picked out to be matching. And of course we're going to be using this track very often, so we'd better make it look nice. We've got the checkered flag, we've started using coarse dirt and mud. We're probably going to get rid of the terracotta, because it's a lot. But we need mud. Mud's not really easy to make. I think in episode 2 I showed how to make mud by hand. You take a glass bottle, fill it with water, dump it on dirt, grab the dirt, repeat. Very slow and time consuming, lots of clicking. So instead, I decided to try and make a redstone contraption to do that. We have this dock area, kind of this industrial bit. We've got the mine, the ores being processed. Eventually we're going to get some kind of hopper loading unloading system for these boats, for the llamas. And over here are the beginnings of my mud maker. Let's sleep real quick before I show you how it works. We've taken the concrete maker and split it into 2 circuits. We've got these empty bottles, and we're going to put them in at the top of this dispenser here, and we're going to see what happens. I've made some kind of ridiculously compact wizardry. The dropper, has bottles, which is being read out by this comparator. It's powering this block, which powers this block, from which this repeater receives signal. Once we put this here, the dispenser will shoot once. Once we connect this, the dispenser will keep shooting, because this is the same kind of clock as that chicken cooker used. Quick and dirty, let's test it out. Well, it's not fully automatic, but we've taken care of a lot of the annoying part for me, which was the water bottles. And we've done it in kind of an interesting, stylish way. There we are. It's not perfect, but it's looking much better. I'm still going back and forth on that terracotta, but for now, this is good enough. And we've also got a horse that's good enough for the nether, so let's go find that nether fortress. Well, this is interesting. We are far underground, very deep. This is not ideal, but let's take a note of that. So now, because we came from the nether roof, we're going to want to throw one more item to let that TNT finish exploding, and in a little bit, we're going to throw a second item, which should pass right through the portal, because the original portal would have exploded and been deactivated. Let's try that. Nice. Excellent. Nether fortress. Nice. Very good. We'll record these coordinates too. And now we get the bounding box of this nether fortress by finding its most extreme coordinates, putting them in a spreadsheet, finding their max and min, and doing some stuff there. Yeah. The purpose is to get a corner of the fortress loaded at a time. So I'll go ahead and do that now. See you soon. Oh, I was about to say not you though, but okay, there we go. See you folks. Bit of conundrum. Some unplanned, unfortunate news. I don't have my ender chest. I'm underneath the nether bedrock, and my ender chest has the wood for ladders. So the plan is to walk in the direction of spawn, like 3,000 blocks or so. Hopefully come across some wood in the nether, make a ladder, make a crafting bench, get up on the roof, find the horse, and head home. No success with the nether fortresses so far. Not enough inside bounding box. I've tried a few other locations already. Still nothing. So, we'll see how it goes.